Well, you screwed me. You screwed me. You looked me right in the eyes, and you screwed me. And it wasn't a good screw. No, 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 no. It's not like you're sitting there watching the Knicks game on the couch with a lady. She starts rubbing her in her thigh, and you're like, hey, what are you doing? The Knicks are playing. You gotta wait. And then after the Knicks games, you do whatever. No, 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 no. This is a prison screw job because MPD numbers for 2021 came in, and it's not looking great for me. There's still a chance. There's still a hope. There's still a dream. The dream is fading. The dream is being crushed, and Nintendo Switch owners have screwed me. So what exactly am I talking about here? What is going on with these NPD numbers? That's what we're gonna dive into today, because I'm disgusted. I am disgusted right now. Of course, when it comes to the NPD sales, that basically tracks the hardware and software sales for the United States of America, which is where a lot of you guys live. It's where I live. And to the surprise of really no one, the Nintendo Switch was the best-selling system in 2021. I mean, it makes perfect sense. You have 3 different SKUs out there. You have your standard Nintendo Switch. You have your Nintendo Switch Lite. We have the recently added Nintendo Switch OLED model as well. So availability really made this system very friendly for a lot of people to pick up in 2021. Obviously, the holiday season was very busy for Nintendo. Nintendo had a strong lineup of software to go along with the Nintendo Switch. Maybe not one of their greatest years that we've seen so far, but it was good enough to get the job done. And this really shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone because, like I said, there were obviously major shortages when it comes to things like the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. So the Nintendo Switch being the best-selling system in 2021, I mean, that's really not a surprise anymore. That's pretty much what we expect. Nintendo has dominated with the Nintendo Switch ever since the launch of the system, and it's been one of the best-selling systems really of all time. It's probably eclipsed over 100 million units sold. You know, it's well on the way to being the best-selling Nintendo Switch, best Nintendo selling console of all time. So it's not a surprise. This isn't groundbreaking news. This isn't shocking news. But what is shocking news are what games sold best in 2021, because I got some problems here. I got some problems. So looking over on the Nintendo Switch side of things, we can see that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl was actually #1. Now, of course, that is a combination of 2 games. They put those 2 games together, but I had negative interest in these games, like I said, since day one. So, I didn't care. There was no nostalgia for me, but obviously people really enjoyed this game. Mario Kart 8 was #2. Good luck getting that Mario Kart 9 out there, because the first game is selling very well. Super Mario 3D World, to the surprise of no one, that game was just absolutely awesome. You can see pretty much going up and down the list here. Monster Hunter Rise at #6, a third-party exclusive for the Nintendo Switch, being one of the top 10 selling games for the year. Very, very impressive stuff here, and it's a game that definitely deserves it. It was obviously crafted with love for the Nintendo Switch. The introduction of the RE engine to the platform as well definitely really helped things out. That engine is just absolutely phenomenal. Lots of interesting things on here though. Super Mario 3D All-Stars, I thought that game was going away. It hasn't. I don't understand the limited availability, but you already know what I'm talking about, because you're looking at this list and you're like, why are you avoiding #11, RGT? And it's because I hate you. I hate all of you. I thought we were friends. Houdini said it best. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, ones you can depend on. I obviously have none. Because Metroid Dread was the 11th best-selling game on the NPD. Now, that's very strong. For a Metroid game, that is extremely, extremely strong. And you might remember, I have a little bit of a wager going on where I said Metroid Dread would not sell 3 million copies in its first year. And if it does, play this. Stupid Top Hat Man. Not Top Hat Gaming Man. No, he's much cooler than this son of a bitch. I hate this game. I hate Balan. I hate Balan. But if the game sells over 3 million copies, I have to play Balan. And it looks like it hasn't done it yet. It's not there yet. but it's well on its way to it, because looking at this, Skyward Sword HD was number 10. We know that Skyward Sword HD already sold over 3 million copies. When it comes to new Pokemon Snap being in at number 13, last update we got on that game was 2.1 million sold for new Pokemon Snap. Now, this game is obviously higher than that game, lower than Skyward Sword. I don't think it's at 3 million yet. Because if it was at 3 million, I could definitely see Nintendo coming out and saying, this is the best-selling Metroid game of all time, which is currently held by Metroid Prime at under 3 million. So I don't think that we're at the 3 million yet. I definitely don't feel that, because I feel like Nintendo would make an announcement about that to sort of promote it, you know, like a lot of companies do. They talk about the sales figures of games, how well they sell, especially comparatively speaking to other games on the platform and other games within that franchise. But to downplay Metroid Dread's success, this isn't even including digital numbers either, I think would be a very silly thing to do. So it looks like there's a pretty good chance. I'm still holding a little bit of faith, but there's a pretty good chance that I will have to play Balan Wonderworld. And you know what? Good. Because like I said this whole time, I don't care. I wanted Metroid fans to stand up on their own 2 feet, because Metroid is a franchise that I feel like everyone always talks about wanting to have back. They always talk about wanting it to be a prominent thing for Nintendo, but you have to speak with your wallet on this. If you're not buying the games in the franchise, Nintendo obviously isn't going to release the games in the franchise. Like, if people bought Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, obviously it was a free to download thing, but you bought stuff within the game, we would have Rusty's Real Deal Baseball 2 on the Nintendo Switch. But do we have it? No, of course not, because the game completely flopped. That's why certain IPs get put on the back burner and certain IPs are more prominent within Nintendo. All this means is that Metroid isn't completely dead. And we've spoken with our wallet with this. People have purchased this game. I have purchased multiple copies of this game. I always wanted this game to succeed. I just didn't feel like Nintendo fans would stand up for this game and support this game and buy this game, because, I mean, really, this was for the diehard Metroid fan. I don't think the casual audience cares about a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania game that, you know, it doesn't maybe have all the glitz and flair and glamour of some of these 3D games that we see. A game like Metroid Prime obviously is a lot more appealing to people than something like Metroid Dread is, but I always wanted this game to succeed. And, you know, like I said, if I had to play Balan because this game succeeded, like, okay, you know, it's not that big of a deal to me. That means I get to freaking make a video on it. People get to watch me suffer and watch me be tormented when I have to complete the whole game. So it's a win-win, you know, it's a win-win. So Nintendo fans, you did it. It looks like you have potentially done it. Like I said, I don't think it's at 3 million quite yet. Obviously, Nintendo themselves will have to confirm this. We get a update on this, I believe in March is when Nintendo does their financials, or maybe it's at the end of February. Maybe it's at the end of, no, I think it's at the end of March, because that's when the fiscal year ends. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this game sold. But Nintendo Switch owners, you screwed me. I thought we were in this together. I thought we all understood that Metroid was a niche franchise that Nintendo never respects because fans never buy it, but maybe you guys did buy it. And maybe you guys are going to make me play stupid ass game. I have the calendar. Maybe I'll use the calendar as well. What's today? The 18th. Like, even the calendar sucks. Like, look at this calendar. There's nothing to it. It doesn't even put holidays on here. So you know, like, what holiday it is. It's literally just numbers. And look at little stupid Top Hat Man is January. Look at this son of a bitch. I hate him with every fiber of my being, but hey, at least Metroid is back. At least Samus is back. If I wanted this game to fail, I would have reviewed this game and said, oh, this game sucks, don't buy it. But, you know, it was always about the joke. It was always about the fun, and it looks like the joke may be coming to an end soon, and Nintendo Switch owners, you screwed me! You screwed me! Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of everything in the comments section down below. What games are a surprise to you that sold very well in 2021 for the Switch? Because I think Mario Kart 8 being the second best-selling game, and obviously probably the best-selling individual SKU, is just ridiculous, and it just shows that this game will never die. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you are new to the channel and enjoy a little humor in your gaming news, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like and share this video as well. Check out the other videos from the past couple days. We talked about 30 upcoming Nintendo Switch games coming out in 2022 that Nobody liked the style of that video. I was just trying something different, people. It's January. You're supposed to get creative in January because ad rev and your ad rates suck on YouTube. That's why your YouTube friends take off the month of January, just get lazy in the month because you're not making money. But I would rather make some money than no money. Of course, the Activision Blizzard stuff, there's a lot of stuff to go over with that. Make sure you check out that video. Check out the video on Halo Infinite. Check out the video on the virtual pinball thing. You guys say, I want retro stuff on your channel, but when I do retro stuff, you don't show up. So you got to show up. I'm like Nintendo. If you want something, you got to show up for it. It's got to get the views. It's got to make the money, or else I'm going to put my time and effort into something else. Much like Nintendo. Where's my Rusty's Real Deal Baseball 2, Nintendo? And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.